Justin A.W. Blair here, writer, painter, occasional YouTuber, a reader of Star Trek books, a reader of fantasy books, a reader of science fiction books in general, purveyor of information about all things fantasy sci-fi. I'm going to tell you one thing today to start out with, and that is I am in a rage. Because I started the camera, I sat down and I recorded this video already. What video, you may ask? The video on Deep Space Nine Betrayal by Lois Tilton. Recorded it, a short, succinct, well done video. Got up, looked at the camera had turned itself off. That's the true betrayal today I would like to speak of. But we're going to get past that. We're going to record this video again. I'm here to bring you the information. So, number 6 in the series of the Deep Space Nine books, and I have to tell you, I'm not going to go hard on the plot. I'm not going to go hard on the content. I'm going to bring a broader question to bear here, which is, why are these books so formulaic? And I actually want to know the answer. I want to contact some of these authors. I want to write them secretive emails, say, shh, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but if you want to, did Star Trek, the franchise, or did the publisher, did they give you a document that said this is exactly how you have to write these books, down to the word count, down to the structure, down to the characterization? I want to know how much control these authors actually had over their own work, because it seems to me, dear listeners, dear viewers, it seems to me after 6 of these books, admittedly a smattering, considering the wider mass of Star Trek literature there is, still these books all seem very much the same. Now, briefly, do I feel betrayed by Lois Tilton? I don't. I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to check the camera to make sure I'm not fucking myself over. I'm not. Do I feel, to go back to our question, again, in a rage, to go back to the question, do I feel betrayed by Lois Tilton? I do not feel betrayed by Lois Tilton. I would normally not manhandle a book like that. However, again, a little bit of a rage. The prose is fine. The story is fine. The writing is actually relatively solid. In fact, there's less bad paragraphs, less bad sentences, less quirky or absurd characterization flaws in this book than there are in many others. However, it's just, I finished reading this book, and actually it was like a week ago, because I just didn't have much to say about it. It's everything you would expect. Sisko is presented with a problem. There's a Cardassian. We don't even get Ghoul Dukat. We get some other ghoul. And, there's a stowaway on the station, and they stow away. This time they have also murdered somebody, but they're not a serial killer, at least. So that's good. A little different. But then Jake walks around being like, I'm kind of sad. My dad doesn't understand me, kind of, but also let me go do some crime, kind of, with Nog, but also crime is bad. It's... Kira is like, the Bajorans and the Federation, and I kind of like being a terrorist, but also I'm kind of into the Federation. I don't know, and I haven't slept, and I'm going to do something. Surprisingly, you actually don't get Dax much in a character, which is a relief to me, because I actually don't like that character that much in the show. But Dax does not show up in these books, and I wonder about that now that I'm thinking about it. Why is that? Because we get Bashir, and Bashir kind of seems like I wouldn't say an unimportant character at the beginning of the Deep Space Nine series, but he doesn't seem primary, let's say. Perhaps we'd say Sisko, Odo, and Kira, and Quark maybe are the most primary characters in the series. They're the ones where the camera's following the action along with them. You don't see that a lot with Bashir, though a little bit. But still, I wonder, and perhaps I'll ask these authors, if I can, why wasn't Dax actually figuring into as much of the material in the novels to begin with also? Am I a conspiracy theorist on Deep Space Nine Star Trek novels? Do I believe there was a hidden hand guiding the authors, keeping them under control, making them write the exact same formulaic fiction? I do. I think that's possible, because I can't imagine any other way that this would have happened. However, Lois, I don't blame you. I don't blame any of the other authors. I'm just curious. that's going to do it for the video. I'm going to cool off. I'm going to get my camera set up better so that I don't get hoisted by my own camera setup petard. I don't want it to happen. What I want to do is I want to bring you viewers, you listeners, the information. You know, that's what I'm here to do. So join me next time, and I'll tell you this before we end. I'll tell you this. I thought to myself after I finished this book, I said, I'm kind of done with this. You know, I sell books. I'm surrounded by books. I got piles of books all around me all the time. And I go out into the wild and I look for books, and I see now, my eye sees, oh look, there's hundreds, there's thousands of Star Trek novels apparently. I think there is like 1,000. And they're not well valued, it seems, besides a few exceptions. They are not well valued, and there's a reason for that, I suppose, that is not solely due to the fact that the franchise itself is in trouble, I would say. Regardless, I'm going to keep bringing you the information. I'm going to delve into the mysteries of all this. I'm going to give you recommendations you can do with as you will. Until next time, Justin A.W. Blair. We'll see you. Bye. Oh, like and subscribe. Also, here's the thing. Listen, I'm going to give you the secret. YouTubers always ask you to leave comments. And the reason they do that is because they want the algorithm to make the video get more views, and the more interaction you get on the videos, that's how that works, right? I actually do want to hear from you, though, not just for that reason, partially for that reason, to be totally honest. But I want to hear from you. What am I missing? Are there great books in the Deep Space Nine series that I haven't gotten to yet? Please tell me, because I would like to jump ahead, perhaps. It's getting difficult to continue on so far like this. Tell me who your favorite authors are in the wider Star Trek universe. Where are the gems? Tell me. I need them. Guide me to them in the comments. Like and subscribe. See you next time.